Black Compass Media back live with another one. Shout to everybody that's out there right now. Tone Bro checking in with everybody. New imprint today, new things today. Salute to everybody, man, that's doing their thing out here, man. Wanted to bring something new for y'all. Not gonna be super long-winded with it, but one thing that we noticed is a lot of people wasn't doing a lot of battle reviews, right? And things are getting lost in the shuffle. But before I get to any of that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit us up. Hit up my man Tom, bring him up as well. Hit Polo up, Posey. Hit us up at the Black Compass Society, DA Black Compass on Twitter, and all of that good stuff. Now, without further ado, I bring you guys, one of my favorite personalities in battle rap. I've been on record saying this guy has done some of the best interviews that I've heard. Actually helped me out a whole lot. Is a real good, you know what I mean, homie of mine in terms of just battle rap acumen, knowledge of hip hop, and so on and so forth, and things of that nature. Y'all know him, man. Y'all know him. Y'all know what time it is, man. I got my man Tom. Battle rap resume. Stand up, brother.
Oh, Tone, like you know, it's likewise. Like I've been a fan since those endless debates about Mike P and Tink the Demon, like those those were epic, those were inspiring. Like, and, we've been through our history before. We've done loads of episodes, and
we were not polished back then, though. This is what people have to understand. We were not. You were always posh. Did y'all call it over here posh?
I'll take it.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna get to that because like the use of the word biscuit sort of bothers me. The misuse of it.
Oh, you don't like you? Wait. First of all, okay. All right. Let's level set. Do a little bit of level setting here, Tom. Now you from the UK. You from the UK, but what part? Let's get there because I need people to let's let people understand some things. All right. Yeah.
Birmingham, the West Midlands, not one of the hubs of the country, in terms of public knowledge, but yeah, I'm from there. But what do you think people are gonna misconstrue the biscuit stuff for?
I mean, the biscuit. Okay, so biscuit over there is the cookie, right? Is that what?
I mean, Look, we'll get to it when we talk about Griz, but Griz actually mentions it in one of the battles we're going to get to. And, I just want to pivot to the main focus of what this series is. People might be thinking, okay, it's Tony Bro and Tom, but it's like they did BRIQz before, but it was like a quiz thing. And now it's So we like the name so much that we're reusing it, but it's not like Mastermind, 50 minutes of fame. Like they've got it on lock, like the quiz sort of stuff. And it's really fun to do. And we've done episodes before, like with France and stuff like that, where you just demolish that guy and Cola as well. And, we've had some great runs. But this, I just wanted to focus on the battles. Like, we're not going to be exclusively onto the app and stuff like that. But it's kind of weird, isn't it? In the sense, I mentioned Mike P and Tink before. And, I wasn't joking when you were picking that battle apart, like all the other battles that were coming out on the YouTube drop. There was a comment section. But now it feels like, Tony, the app is kind of like a vault to its own, not a Cortez one, but it's like all these huge battles are just kind of, there's a gasp of air, maybe it's caffeine, and it's just, this is what this series is about. This is us kind of, I don't want to say unearthing, because I know people enjoy, but I've heard people on the show say it's not the same. I watched the battle once. It's not, you can't have your YouTube playlist, etc. Like, I don't know how you stand, Tony, on this. Like, you're a company man as well. Like, I don't want to get right here.
I was waiting on it.
Yeah. Well, maybe let us know in the comments. But what do you think about that? What do you think about just, it's not YouTube and you're not sharing it from your subs box. It's a drop on the phone, it's kind of the rounds and it's, I don't know. It's different.
I don't know if it's as much of, I think you have a lot of factors, right? So you got the app going on, which is already a learning curve associated with that, right? You would think in these days, most people know how to work apps, but that is not always the case with the battle rap culture. But the other thing is everything is just so spread out. When you had YouTube, a centralized hub for everything, you can get press out on things. And the thing about the app is you can't screen record anything. And I think another factor.
That's like the biggest channel at the moment, isn't it? That guy that just clips of that.
Yeah. Like they'll steal it.
Is that legal? I don't want to rat him out.
No, it's not. It's not legal, Tom. We don't endorse the legalities up here.
He must be fuming right now. Like,
but so and then I think on top of the fact, though, you actually got a situation now where there's so many cards in a row, back to back to back to back. Go to Verse Tracker, look at the calendar section. Back to back to back to back.
How the hell are we on Ultimate Madness 4? Like
stacked.
didn't Holmesy just win? Like, what the hell?
He just won that. He just won.
Sure he did. Yeah.
So it's just like we got so many different things happening, so many different cards and things like that going on that it makes it difficult. It makes it difficult for people to even catch up. Or you see a dope battle, and then tomorrow is Ultimate Madness 4, which, by the way, Ultimate Madness 4 tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Yeah, it is. It is tomorrow. So, you know, it doesn't matter if we talk about these battles or not.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, but you know how that works, where it's like, yo, as soon as I just got into a battle, as soon as I just watched the VOD, as soon as I just watched the card, it's like 3 more cards that either are also in the queue or get added that same week. So I just feel like there's not enough time to let anything breathe. But I get it because everybody's making good money. The bags are falling out the sky. I respect that. You know what I mean? So I would never hate on that. But I'm just saying, as a fan, it's hard to just catch your breath. Like, everything seems like it was yesterday. Gnome in reality was not that long ago, but it feels like 2 years ago. And I was there.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that Mook versus Ava was like 3 years old. I was like,
right.
I could have sworn that just like, you know, it is wild. And, you know, to pile on top of all those other battles, I do want to shout out the UK. We had 2 huge events recently, literally like last weekend and the week before, like really recently. These are the first kind of breath of fresh air really in the event scene there, and kind of like everything's blooming, and, you know, it's very fertile over there. But yeah, Premier Battles, they had a great card, 6 battles. Shuffle T and Nugget headlining.
I'm gonna give you the ISO time. Talk that UK shit, bro.
Shuffle T and Nugget headlining. And Tone, I know you're a UKBR fan. Like,
yes,
you're one of the few who actually know the difference between Shuffle T and Marlowe. So, you know, that is very refreshing.
One person?
Yeah, they're not one. They're not. It's they act like one in a good way. But yeah, just to go through the card, you know, we're not going to dissect it too much. But Gwen versus Hades is on there. Visual versus Celestine. Lazy versus Quill. Matter versus Shawnee Mac. And Sam Hypes versus Baylor the Don. You know, and I appreciate a lot of people will be like, "Who the hell is this?" But I sometimes feel that way looking at iBattle cards. So you know what I mean. It goes both ways. Shout out to Knox there, and also there was no loose chat as well, which went down at Fiddler's Elbow. This was a 2-day event, and this was a fantastic event by the looks of it. The headliner was Tony D versus Georgie Roots. Are you familiar with Georgie, Tony? He's one of like our kind of bigger upcoming guys.
I feel like I've actually heard, like, I feel like I've watched a couple of his battles. I feel like Cam might have sent me some of his work.
Oh no, Cam's a fan.
Yeah,
definitely.
But he's on the card and everything, or
he's headlining the cards. You know, Tally versus Tech, Rivers versus Mo, Unan versus Crash, versus Orchid, Templar Surfer versus YD, Joker Star versus AJ Ray, Bracy versus Nobi, Giz versus Frost. So a lot of battles here. Willsy versus Jitsu versus D-Mac, which I definitely want to see. And like I should say as well, these battles, the No Loose Chat especially, has a really great long form 15-minute VOD trailer with big clips from all of these battles, so you can get a taster over there. And there's Caps versus Black Tea and Straps versus Trouble. But you know, we're focusing on all American stuff today, so I thought
we on the American things. But I have seen a lot of tweets come from Apex, a lot of stuff from Premier as well. So the scene is cooking back up. What is the update on the UK in terms of like events? Are we going to see more events soon, or y'all still knee deep in the COVIDs like us?
Yeah. I mean, we kind of are, but it's that stiff upper lip, you know. Kind of
yeah.
But I mean, Don't Flop's like first proper event back at the Fiddlers, where the No Loose Chat one was, is happening this Saturday. Next Saturday, so in a week tomorrow. And you know, I'm going to that, and that's sold out. And that has like another Shuffle T headline and loads of crazy battlers on that as well. There's Premier Battles going down. I think Premier Battles have just updated that they're going to do Apex, like a new Apex in October. I'm sure No Loose Chat will do stuff as well, and various other leagues. So yeah, you know, like anywhere, it's picking up. It's thankfully picking up.
Right. Oh man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And I like that. I like that. I gotta do one thing real quick, because I don't know if everybody's getting the I don't know if everybody actually got the stream. Let me know if you guys are getting notifications and everything like that.
And let me share it out as well. As we everyone go check out those pay-per-view links as well. Yeah.
And you know, like that. So yo. All right. Now, the reason why we were doing this, right? like we said, we wanted to shed light on battles that happened, some things that some folks may have missed, things of that nature. You know what I mean? We want to keep you guys in tune. And you know, I think that it helps me out kind of like understand a little bit more about what people are judging, how the culture's moving. One thing I noticed about this whole Ultimate Madness 4 thing, people view wins and losses and who's winning, who's up in the battle very differently now. You feel what I'm saying? Like everybody views it differently. And I'm like wondering when some of these changes started to happen. So I kind of wanted to do this. And for all of the people that are in here, right? Because I know it's a Friday, not usual time we go and stuff like that. All the people that's in here, all the people that are going to watch, right? Give your critiques of our breakdowns. Like you feel differently about something. If you had the battle differently, let us know. All right. So that'll just be my disclaimer. Because sometimes, Tom, you know how they do. You're like, oh, you guys think that who made you the authority?
Well, I mean, like, Elijah Strait, like he was robbed completely. Like,
okay,
like,
Tom.
Judging is hard to. I don't know. Those bars didn't land for me for next.
Tom,
for the most part, like.
Tom, don't do this, Tom. Don't say Rob, bro.
Something special.
He was
he's
Rob.
Like, he's one of the most exciting prospects like I've seen in ages, and like I don't know. I like that EFB with my eyes closed bar that the NXT had, but
we robbed him, Tom. We robbed him.
But what I'm trying to say is that, like, you know, nothing's really valid, is it? Ultimately, you know, it's all opinions. So that's just my opinion on it. And you know, you guys had that other one, so let us know in the comments. And you know, this is kind of indulging in the enjoyment of just talking about a battle, like that's, you know, what I mean? Like I love doing that, like in the same way that people, you know, like describing games or whatever, and like I know that's what you guys do as well. And it's like, you know, I have similar things, and it's just like getting into the kind of the metatextual kind of dramaturgy of it to a certain extent, and just kind of the references as well, which this battle is replete with. And I do want to say, in terms of the structure of us doing these episodes, so they're all going to be free battles,
right?
And basically what we're going to do is we're going to do a kind of the battle of the moment to a certain extent. I mean, this episode's a little late, so obviously maybe we would have done, like, I don't know, I think Av versus Head Ice came out recently or something like that. But it's like, you know, Jay versus Danny, they're two battlers that, you know, we both kind of really enjoy. So we've picked that one. We're also going to do just a classic, just an in general classic. So Chilla versus JC in this case. And we've got a few other ones planned, and we are going to go overseas as well. And, you know, whatever UK. And then also like a sleeper battle. So most likely something that's within an app, be it iBattle or URL or on a VOD or something like that. So that's how it's going to work. And so this was Born Legacy Northwest, right?
We're gonna get into the first one, ladies and gentlemen.
The battle. This is, you know, the first battle of BRIQz.
Tom, give him the intro on it. What
I was just interested by the placement of the event in the Northwest. You know, we're discussing two battles from that event. Like, this was kind of, was it like Seattle or something like that?
Yeah, it was definitely Seattle. And I think this is a new territory for URL.
Yeah. Right.
When you think hip hop, you don't normally run to Seattle. I think the only person from Seattle we all know is Macklemore, which, you know, it is what it is, right? But yo, judging by the looks of things, they got a little scene built out there. What's up, Tom?
Yeah. No, I love that, because it's just kind of, I don't know, I spoke about the Fiddlers before, and like so many battle rap events go there, and there's so much recursion in there. But American battle rap, especially URL, seems a bit more nomadic for the most part. I mean, you have these big stages, like you Gramercy, etc. But then for the most part, it's just kind of, oh, they're here. So it was really cool to just be like, oh, they're in the, I was just imagine like, oh, they're in the Northwest. Like,
who goes to the Northwest for anything?
Up there, like that's like a fucking, like, you know, there's certain other leagues you can imagine, No Coast or something being there rather than like this. But yeah, this was exciting, and this was one that I was looking forward to because I am a huge Danny stan, as I've mentioned many times. He's definitely one of my favorite battlers of all time. I think he's a great guy as well, great personality. I loved hearing him sort of wax lyrical on battle rap, and he's kind of unbridled enthusiasm. And you know, he can be flawed sometimes. He came onto battle rap Resume, actually. We had a great episode. I'm not saying he's flawed, but like, he, you know, he's quite egotistical in the time. He's always calling himself the greatest ever, like in the battle. I was agreeing, because I do feel that way. But some of the comments, like some of these like cynical Brits were like, you know, what the fuck, this bar god or whatever. But you know, I was excited for this, but it was, you know, it was kind of bittersweet because obviously he'd been bodied so badly.
Danny Myers going into this battle against Jada Nightwing. Yeah, he was not. And by the way, that's our first battle that we're going to review. Just everybody, just so you guys know, this is what we're talking about. We're giving you guys the backdrop of that. But Danny Myers coming into that situation was looking bad. He was. And it was tough to watch. I was there, Tom. And I did like a Homer going into the bushes type of deal. I was in the front of the crowd at the beginning, and then I just slowly moved back as it got crazy up there for him. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I and then what about Jay the Nightwing though? Because he just had his battle on Gnome, and like it was cool, but it wasn't at all great. So do you feel like both of the guys kind of needed this though?
I do, and you know, it was interesting on social media to see that Danny was like barking this was a classic, etc. Which, you know, it's not. It's still very good. Every round is really good. Like I really enjoy this battle. But yeah, I guess Jay needed this. Jay kind of. I've always been a fan of this guy and his unorthodox approach and his kind of totemic presence and, you know, his kind of references and his embrace of that kind of more outsider element, nerd element, etc. And I think he told you he wanted to be a filmmaker, or he's a filmmaker, or, you know, he just seems like this really interesting guy. But, you know, he needed something here. And I think this is one of his best recent performances, I would say.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think so what I know
is anything from like UM4, like I just think obviously it's longer though. It's a bit of a different format. It's not
him and Real Six started off with a barn burner, right? Like that was that's up there. But like, okay, so the thing that I was checking for, obviously between both of them, the choking is an aberration. I mean, with Danny, I think that's purely court fatigue with him, right?
Yeah.
With Jay, I don't know if it's preparation or motivation or, you know, any of those other things that kind of come into play. So I was looking for completeness of the rounds and no dry spots. In my opinion, if they came out and Danny got back to form and Jay came out and said, look, I'm going to finish this battle through and through, give y'all a great performance, nothing else going on. But this is the perfect situation. Small room, Jay the Nightwing's at the crib. They both on the West. You know what I'm saying? Like a favorable situation for everything to happen. And I think they was able to deliver. Now, let's get to the work though. Let's get to the work, bro. Because I felt like round one, I didn't know what type of Jay I was gonna get, but I knew I was gonna, but I felt like I was gonna get a serious Jay by the middle of the round. You feel what I'm saying? My thing with Jay is he takes a while to get to it.
He does.
In the intro though, and then he gets to it, then he's good. You know what I'm saying? I like how he started off. They dismiss you giving up, but they highlight in my choke. He's letting us, like he's walking us into that angle. You know what I'm saying? Like they speak on, and there was a lot of this too. I like how Jay kind of wove in this angle. Like when Danny lost, there was this element of like gloom amongst the culture. Like, man, like our favorite uncle just like didn't get the promotion. You know what I'm saying? It's like they speak on you like you a dad. You a dad who raised it. Like
picking up shifts he didn't have to take. Like
right. And giving y'all these excuses, and he missed graduation. Like, you know what I mean? Like I thought that was dope. Very well done. I like the other flip of like between our writing is a bigger divide than you think. I got an answer for these people, and you don't. That's the difference between a god and a king. Fire. That's fire, bro.
That's kind of a special move, isn't it, Jay? Like he can invoke kind of elder beings and gods and kings and
gods. Right.
But yeah, I appreciate it as well, Jay. He's very, very good at establishing an idea and following it through, but also meandering off the path, but returning to it, doubling down and buttressing it. So when he's talking about the fact that you know, obviously Danny couldn't get much stuff out, so how much is he recycled for Jay the Nightwing? And it's like, he says something like, after not showing up, I get hit with the sick notes.
I get hit with the sick notes. That
is one of the bars of the battle for me. That
was dope. That was dope. In a parallel universe, the Nightwing is Superman. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Again, I did look that up. I don't think there's an example in the law. Obviously, in a parallel universe, there is. I'm not saying there isn't, but I'm just saying, like, he could, like, I know Spider. I'm not like this comic freak, or I know you guys are big Marvel heads and stuff, but I know that like characters are like. No, I'm not saying it like disparaging.
Yo, like, come on, man! Don't have the MCU come after the extended universe.
Nah, they're right. Word to image, a bit more interesting, but no, but you know, I thought maybe he might be referencing an actual issue or something, but still really great, and kind of the, you know, the whole condition of that. And I will say as well, the event itself, I like how it's lit. Just got that sort of green, like.
Oh, you like that? I mean? You like that? Yo, bro, I'm like, yo, can somebody turn the lights on? What is that?
It was,
you know what I'm saying? But that honestly, that's how every We Go Hard battle like room looks, because it's full of smoke. But I'm just saying, like, to me, I'm like, yo, what is going on with the camera? Why are we so ashy? What? So,
you know, I guess the reason I don't dislike it is because, you know, in Don't Flop and stuff, I'm thinking about 4th birthday, 5th birthday. That was something they would do as well. They would have like a dominant color that kind of was the spotlight.
Right.
And, you know, just kind of works away. And I should say as well, you know, if you've not heard of this battle, let's break it down. This battle, go get the app.
Go get the app
URL, and like, you know,
go get the app.
Map at the start. Like, it's a double-edged sword. Ultimately, is what I'm saying. Like, it is incredible to have all this stuff on tap, but you know, I don't know. Maybe you need to hire me and Tone to do like a match of the day sports.
That'd be kind of cool.
But you know,
so round one out the gate, I felt like Danny Myers got clear. In my opinion, I thought Jay was really good. He was effective. The angles definitely work. You know what I mean? You only pull that BS on people like you, not the wingman. I'll introduce you to the B inside you, like. You know what I mean? Like edited for audiences here. But
no, good to know. Yeah,
very dope. Now, Danny Myers' first round rebuttal was kind of light, in my opinion. He flipped the crossroads.
No,
like,
and the Christmas one as well wasn't. I don't know.
We don't got a rebuttal for just a rebuttal, right? Like, it's not
I was going to get your girl pregnant at Christmas. That's one of the ultimate Danny setups ever. Like, Jesus, man. I wasn't going to wrap it. I mean,
like I knew I wasn't gonna wrap it. Okay, cool. But then we got to the whole, because it's like, yo, how is he gonna talk about not being great at Gnome, right? I always check for this when I watch battles too. If an MC's coming in and they not looking like they're on the right foot, how are they gonna talk about it? How are they gonna address it? Are they gonna dress it up in a funny way? Are they gonna be angry, defiant, humble? You know what I'm saying? And for Danny, it fit right into what he's normally known to do. It's like, so what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get on the plane to Seattle and go through his mama's side door. You know what I mean? Like, all right, cool. I'm back at it. Meaning, I felt like the Rock comparison's not the same. Don't get it confused. I used to get people's elbows as finishing moves. Tom, what we doing? Tom, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You WWF attitude? Would you attitude fan? Don't do this. Don't do this.
No. I don't mind wrestling. I don't dislike it. It's just it wasn't really my bang.
It wasn't. It's not one of those.
I mean, for me, it was more when Danny got Danny. Like Danny can sometimes just be reference heavy. Like yeah. But it's like, what does he do? Like my click will pop out lead on anything. This mechanical pencil.
This mechanical pencil.
Pencil.
Yeah.
You know, the first proper reaction is to like eyes rolling back, sleepless in Seattle, which is fine. Like I would have preferred if the setup like related. I've literally just realized the eyes rolling back as I'm an asshole. That was a
I'm about to say.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Didn't click.
Yo, you breaking it down and understanding the bar in real time. This is why we're here.
I didn't do all the work there, but no, Danny. But for me, like, you know, he's cooking, and like obviously it's Danny Myers, and when the round starts, everyone's really excited because it's fucking Danny Myers, you know. But Danny can just kind of just be so original, so outrageous that he just really kind of renews my faith in battle rap and kind of what I like personally in battle rap. So we get a parachute bar, which is played out. Parachute.
I don't like parachute.
No, but parachute out the Nightwing like DB Cooper.
Fire.
Just anyone seen Prison Break? They might know DB Cooper is obviously a legendary,
that's still crazy,
real hijacker.
Right.
And just, I don't know, the Nightwing, the plane at night. Again, I understand that's a little garbled, but I don't know. It all comes together for me. I love that line again.
Right. I think he said something like, I got real killers with they was hop out and let the Tommy rip. Bitch, you Samoan, this gun sticks to your gums. It's a poly grip.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And so, in my opinion, I gave Danny the first round, right? I felt like Jay the Nightwing took off on him in the second round. And there's like 2 to 3 things that he did in the second round, in my opinion, that went crazy. The impression of Danny, you talk so properly for a person that's supposed to be about that life. The impression was on point. I thought when he broke down his career about, the Holmesy winning Ultimate Madness and, where he's ended up and how he's being treated, talking about his status, I thought that was expertly done. I felt like that was, this was Jay's most effective round, just from a topical standpoint. He was able to cover a whole lot of ground on Danny, and he wasn't front door and using the same angles everybody uses on him. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like that was dope, man. What did you think of it, bro? What did you think?
I agree. Absolutely love this round. Like, really kind of explodes the myth of Danny's parallel universes expertly. Like, Jay, like, I'm a huge fan. Like, Jay is slightly playing with fire in that he's coded the chokes into his style, almost
right.
Style. Kind of like what Clips did and paid for that. So, you got to be careful because he begins the round sort of pausing, let the crowd, calm down if you're going to use that.
Relax,
some of the logic's
relax.
Some of the
I like
a little, some of the logic to me is a little cod. He talks about B-Dot and Daylight kind of introducing a writing kind of era before, like they were around before Danny, and like Daylight and Danny kind of got good at the same time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not
that didn't really hit to me either. That didn't hit to me.
Like I was like, that's kind of. I'm like, if you're gonna question another man's question of reality, make sure the facts are straight. You know what I mean? Like most of it is watertight, but I'm like, that was a bit like, But him just. There's certain times with J Roll just sort of say something really, and you're like, oh god, that's actually so strong. He confused parallel universes with coincidences.
With coincidences, that was fire. It's the subtlety, right? That's so fire.
There's no punch there. There's no clever pun. It's just, and you're like, oh god, like of course.
Yeah, that is actually just a coincidence. Like when people, like one of my biggest all-time pet peeves in battle rap is the misuse of the word irony. Nobody knows what that word means in hip hop. It's very clear. Some of this stuff is just coincidental, or it's a paradox or a logical fallacy. It's not irony. No. Whatever.
I mean, what's bountiful for us is that Danny finishes his first, just to go back quickly, with a parallel universe, which essentially is a coincidence, even though I did enjoy this. Basically, someone that he knew didn't have his gun on him, and the clutch burnt out, and he gets killed, and his brother now sticks to the automatic, which is like, very clever.
I liked it.
Oh no, really good. No, don't get me wrong. But Jay again, he's like, leave all the quantum shit to mechanics.
Yeah.
Again, just wow.
Dope.
Kind of a bit above Danny. Danny wouldn't do something quite like that. He would have to have some sort of wordplay in there, but it's just his presence is at 100. His wordplay as well. You rarely see the real dense wordplay guys having such authority. And Jay kind of has both going. Like it's crazy.
I like that. I like the way you put it. You rarely see people with that dense structure also have a commanding presence. Like Jay starts off his rounds, right? Which again, I'm not the hugest fan of, but it's effective. He's literally controlling the room. When you hear that silence when the MC is rapping, that's them. That's still MC work. It doesn't mean you're making the crowd go crazy. It's they're cheering when you want them to cheer. They're silent when you want them to be silent. That's what an MC could do. And so, but see, that level of comfort though, I think is what really helped them out. You know what I'm saying? Now again, I gave Danny round 1. No, I gave Danny round 1. I gave Jay round 2. How did you have it going in the?
Yeah, round 1 was very close. I probably prefer Jay a little bit more, even though I'm a bigger Danny fan. I think if you draw it out punch by punch, maybe. I mean, Danny had there was some great stuff there. Round 2, I will give to Jay clean, actually. Danny's round was quite short.
Clean?
Very clean.
Yeah,
I mean, you haven't even mentioned Jay winning it, really. Jay had won it already for me, but at the end of the second, the Wingardium Leviosa.
Right. Oh, my God. What?
Which again, it's like, this stuff ain't on YouTube, so this stuff is just, you know, I maybe someone will clip that for something, but Danny's is too short, so that doesn't really work for me. Third, very close, and you know, I appreciated in the third again, Jay setting up a concept, seeing it through, the idea of fatherhood and being his son, and you know, oldest sibling, and lots of kind of family kind of dynamics at play there. But also putting faith into Danny at the end.
That was dope. That was amazing. That was amazing.
Wow. That was kind of like just, it was such an about face. It was great. Like, it really was.
It's like, yo, we still the West, we still support you. I can still put this in a battle form and still show a modicum of respect. You're supposed to be mentioned in this way. Like I always say this, like when people be like, yo, like, you know, like did you forget who you were? You know what I'm saying? It's something I say to a lot of MCs. I'm like, Tone, I don't like your review of my battle. I don't like that you thought I lost. So it's like, yo, it's like you forgot who you were. I'm saying this is a person that's knowing what you're capable of. You just didn't display that. And I felt like for Jay to put it in that way, that's actually what made me give him round 3. Because I felt like, again, Danny was still expert with bars. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like that angle was so well executed, bro. Like that really sold the message, in my opinion.
No, it really was. And Stewie Newton coming in at the end, like,
I liked it. I liked it, Tom. I liked it. Don't do that, Tom. Don't do that.
No, it wasn't bad. No, it wasn't bad. It was just like, I don't really know why it was needed. It was more like Stewie just being like, "I'm on URL and King of the Dart." It's like, well done. Lots of other people have done that. Like,
right. Well, but no, it was more so like, look, like Stewie Newton is Seattle. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you know, if you're gonna talk Seattle, you definitely gotta talk Stewie.
How did his and Danny's battle go?
He beat him. Danny choked.
Did Danny have the space, time, and continuum bar, or was that Saint Mike?
I think that might be Saint Mike. That's space, time, and continuum. That's up there. That's up there.
Was crazy. But okay, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, Stewie.
But Stewie beat him, and it was a statement. It's like, look, I'm Stewie Newton. I'm not on this card, but you got Seattle headlining. I'm big homie. Like, I'm the guy. You know what I'm saying? I was the guy putting this out here, Federal Way, all this stuff before it was even cool. When people was laughing, everybody had jokes. I like that. In that setting, I like that. Now, if they're in North Carolina and you bringing out Stewie Newton, I mean, I guess, right? Like, he's still talented. He better say something dope. But for him to get that crowd reaction, for him to get that type of love, I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? I like when battlers do that, especially in your hometown. Like, if I'm battling in Virginia and I'm on another league and Av not on the card, you bet your ass I'm bringing Av. What? I'm bringing Av out to say a couple lines. If I'm headlining, there's no way.
Why?
There's no way. I have to. If he in the building, yo, Av. You know what I mean? That's just smart to me. Now I got the crowd. It becomes memorable. You know what I'm saying? I help my guy out.
All right, like, it can go wrong as well. So
yeah, it can go wrong. It can, because what if you call him up and he has nothing to say? Like, what's up, y'all? Like,
yeah. All right. Well, no, to be fair, like, Stewie, like, had a lot to fucking say, and I thought, like, normally it's like, okay, a line or two, a cameo. But it was like a whole verse. It was like half a verse. And him and Danny got like into it slightly.
Yeah. I'm glad he called you in so I could get my rematch. Like, all right.
Yeah. You had to flip.
You know, but no, I think I do think jump ins though. My take on jump ins is that if you're doing more than 8 bars, you're going way too long. Like, seriously. Like, I don't. You know, we'll make an exception for some people. But your jump-in should not be a whole 16. I'm sorry.
If it's Goonies related, like, I'll let it slide.
You let it slide, the Goonies? Yeah, the Goonies.
If
they know how to execute. They know how to execute jump-ins very well. They do very well. You know what? Are they the best group at doing jump-ins?
Let us know.
This is how we're gonna get on this show. We're gonna ask some very esoteric if you're a hardcore battle rap fan, this is the show for
Someone contact France right now and they'll do the metrics on it. But
what team does jump ins the best? It has to be
the only one I can remember really of them. So yeah.
It has to be the Goonies or NWX. They've done some good jumping. Remember when T jumped in with I think K-Shine was battling, was it Dirtbag Dan? I think he was battling.
Jeez, when they battled,
epic. Epic. That was a good jump in right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's an interesting question. But no, I called the battle for Jay to Nightwing. I thought he got second and third. I think that the Jay is most effective when he's right on target on his opponent. He can hone in on different aspects of your career that you fell short, accentuate it. He's funny, a lot of charisma, very good bars, and very uniquely put punches. You know what I'm saying? Like he has a way about him where he can uniquely kind of put that together. My only thing with Jay is that sometimes I get the sense that he's playing a little bit too much, being a little bit they call it, what do they call it? Too cute by half, being a little too cute up there, like doing a little bit too much. Like, you know what I mean? I get it. Still being a showman. And sometimes it is a little dry-ish to me, but it's never an extended dry spot, in my opinion. Because I think he still has those like subtleties in there. You know, that like what that was kind of palsy, but still cerebral, like stuff like that. Right? Like it was kind of palsy, but still cerebral. Okay,
pretty
cool.
Clever. It's pretty clever.
You know what I mean?
This is his best battle. Sorry, I'm going to say it now. And now that we've gone through,
you think this is Jay's best battle?
I think it kind of is, yeah, because him just doing this topic per round type thing, and just the kind of bespoke way that he weaves it. It's an acquired taste. I get that, but I really appreciate it. I do think he won, but I think maybe Danny slightly lost. I think Danny's second and third weren't quite as electric as we know him as. Like I you know, the gold standard for me for Danny is versus Chilla and RBE. That is just like I watch that battle probably once a month.
Wait, whoa. Chilla versus Danny. Is that Danny's best work in your opinion?
I would say it's Danny's best battle. And I've watched every Danny battle. I'm not saying I'm an authority on him or anything.
No. That's good.
But bar for bar, as in terms of just back to back creative, intelligent, incisive work, I can't think of anything else that I'm just like really like. I watch it, I'm like, fuck, all these bars are in this round. Like, I'm like, surely they're all around this, but like, you know, there's even, it's so 2015. There's even a Gun So Big line. You know, it's from that era. But
do not bring back Gun So Big era.
Gun So Big. I'm sure Jay could think of a good one, but I think let's put the BRIQz stamp on it. I think we both agree that Jay did win this battle. Yeah.
No, man. Yeah, no, I think this was definitely a good showing for Jay. I don't think, and I heard Danny mention this, that, you know, well, first of all, he said F the panel for champion of the year. Danny, what's up, man? I thought we were cool, bro. What's up? First he said that, but then it's like, you know, I lose one battle after winning 12 in a row, and now I'm out of contention totally. What I would say to Danny, as I look into the camera awkwardly, is that this is an incredibly competitive year. The guy that might have beat you is arguably top 3 this year, in a year where Rum Nitty is on some other planetary shit, and Geechee Gotti is continuing to look like he looked when he won the belt the first time. Pardon me, but this is just an incredibly competitive year. You still got Easy, you still got Fonz, you still got people like K-Shine, you still got your veterans out here smoking shit. It's just a tough year, bro. It just is what it is. And it has been ever since. And this is crazy too. Let me, I'm sorry for the extended soliloquy.
No, but I'm a fan of the show.
Let me just get it. Let me just get the big screen just real quick. Let's go. For everybody who is here watching this, notice the effect now, because now we know it. Now we've seen this long enough. Notice the effect that Champion of the Year has had on battle rap. And tell me battle rap hasn't gotten better, more competitive, and more plates. And if you don't think that has anything to do with Champion of the Year, you're lying to yourself and your God that you worship in your church. I swear to God, there's no way Champion of the Year hasn't added to better battles, more competition, greater accountability. You can't tell me any differently. Shout out to Jay Black, legend in the game. That's what really shifted the culture, in my opinion, one of the big factors. So, you know, outside of that, people kind of protecting the content and moving off of YouTube, which, you know, historically doesn't like hip hop, but that's a story for another time. Yeah, so that's what I think. Shout out to Jay Black, man. I just want to say that.
All right. No. Shout straight back. And should we move on to the next battle tone, which is the same night, same event? I think this was a few.
Wow.
Before. This is Mr. Biscuit versus Young Griz. Bruh. Now, Mr. Biscuit, I wasn't really aware of too much, to be honest with you. But young Griz, no, I mean, shout out to Mr. Biscuit, but young Griz, I have known for quite a while actually, because I used to do a show on Battle Rap Resume, my own channel. Go subscribe over there, called Most Disliked, where basically I would use this website that doesn't exist anymore, where basically, but I'm sure there's ways of doing it, but you put in a YouTube channel and you put in the channel name and it shows you the top 10 most disliked videos on the channel. So you can basically just go through the worst of the worst, you know, and on battle rap channels especially, it's incredible because you can just, you know. So I've done loads of these videos myself. It's me talking over clips. So I've done like Don't Flop Extra, King of the Dart, King of the Ronald. I did do a URL one, but it got taken down, unfortunately, for several copyrights. And in that video, it was Young Griz versus Yak the Ripper. And he had one of the best ever quote unquote reaches I've ever heard. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean like in that style of wordplay, which we're going to see a lot in this battle as we discuss it. When I do the syllable. Oh,
no, not the when I mime it and I strobe like
But I mean this kind of battle has sort of, but basically, to cut a long story short, Young Griz, I've never forgotten him because he had this amazing bar, which I'm going to butcher slightly now, but basically he was talking about the actor Forrest Whitaker, and it was as far as wit occur, me and my pupil won't see eye to eye. As far as wit occur, I was like, yes.
I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie.
I was like, oh.
As far as wit occur.
As far as wit occur. So, and Mr. Biscuit, from a quick glance at his verse tracker, he was around quite a few years ago, and had a bit of a gap, and now he's kind of back. You know, he's back on the main stage, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing battles as old as 11 and 10 and things like that.
Yeah.
You know, and immediately when I saw the battle, right, I said to myself two things. One, I don't have enough information to know that if he's just like this or if this is the best that he's ever written, right?
Yeah.
Then two, I was like, well, you know, how long has this guy been around? Because he has the polish, the skill, the delivery of someone who's been around for a while. And then three, why the hell is it taking this long for him to get recognition? If he was rapping like this already, how did we get to this point? Because that doesn't sound like somebody that's supposed to be, you know, fighting for a spot. Or maybe just the culture moved toward his style more, and he already was like this. What do you think, Tom?
I thought Young Griz took this battle quite easily. I
Easily?
Yeah.
What? Nah, Tom, you're my friend. I don't want to argue with you, bro.
Tony, this is what the show is about. How would shout out to Mr. Biscuit from Denver? How would he do in Ultimate Madness 4? Honestly,
I think he would be formidable. I think he would be very, and that crop of people that we just seen. I don't speak on the future as a judge. I speak on the past, right? That group of people that we just seen, Mr. Biscuit could be in there. He could be in there. He could battle. He could.
He could battle. But you know, it's something that Young Griz points out throughout the battle. You know, I think he talks about this starts the second by talking about his goofy random wordplay and stuff like that. And I don't know. It's just the combination of kind of local gas and kind of stuff that. What did he say? Now you got to deal with two guns. I don't believe the kid.
I don't believe the kid. Believe.
I'm just like,
hey, but Tom, hold on, Tom. I got to stop you right there. Like, you know, for African Americans, Black folks in America, I mean, it works. It works with us because I just like believe.
It does work, but
I don't believe that.
Trick of like battle rap is what I'm.
Yeah, but go ahead though.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to like slander Mr. Biscuit, and we're going to get into a lot of bars that I do like, but I'm just
right.
If I'm gonna, you know, judge this battle, like, I think that Griz overall, like round for round, just feels a little bit more comfortable. Like, there is a polish to Mr. Biscuit, undeniably.
Right.
Great, and he's having a good time, and like the crowd are there, and like, you know. But what does he say? It's like a lot of just saying things. It's not. I don't feel.
I see what you're saying.
You know,
you know what?
On site in broad daylight, like Spawn's wife is a big haymaker from the first, which I'm like. I mean, You
What does
match
that
the
mean?
Simmons.
What does that
Yeah,
mean?
bro.
Yeah. Okay,
Like
I get
who
it.
is Spawn's wife? Like a punch should be about Spawn's, but no one knows the fuck Spawn's wife. I assume Spawn has a wife. I don't know. Like, that's not in
Broad
the
daylight. No, broad daylight. Spawn's wife. Broad daylight wife.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about Spawn, the
Bro.
comic book character, not obviously.
Yeah, I get it. But so you know what? Let's start over
We
because
got ahead of ourselves here.
Yeah. Because first of all, this is a great battle. Also on the app, also took place in Colorado as well. And Mr. Biscuit is from Colorado. And I am learning day by day that there are more and more black people from Colorado. And I had no idea, Tom. It's one of them things. Like my perception is that black people live in about, I don't know, somewhere around 20 to 30 cities on a major level. And then we just sprinkled everywhere else type of thing. But apparently it's a lot of black folks that live in Colorado. I just didn't know. All right, cool. Other thing that I noticed that he doesn't actually have an accent of any type. There's no discernible accent from these people that live in Colorado. Interesting, right?
No,
anyway, so Mr. Biscuit versus Young Griz, round one. Round one was dope. Set the tone for the battle for me, in my opinion. Griz, the biscuit flips. What?
So many biscuit flips.
The biscuit flips. He ruined.
And he does more in his second and third. It's not just like he does a round of biscuit flips. It's like,
bro, he ruined. Whoever has to battle Mr. Biscuit next, you don't have any biscuits left to cook. Do you know that?
There's none in the barrel.
Biscuits are done. You hear me? By the time we're done breaking this battle down, you'll understand. There's no more biscuit flips to left. You may as well flip Mister. Like you may as well call it like. And I hate when battlers give you a nickname. Like your name, Mr. Biscuit, so I'm gonna call you Biz, and then they just start flipping Biz. Corny, don't do that.
Terrible.
But okay, the machine made this biscuit. I made this biscuit from scratch. What? What?
No, there was a lot. And like Griz, I mean, let's just focus a bit on his verse tracker and his history. Like he's always been bubbling, hasn't he? Like it's
always.
Because that battle that I mentioned before, where he battled Yak the Ripper, that was like a PG, I think, in LA, like 2016, 2015. So it's kind of interesting, and I think that kind of level of experience, just the higher echelons of this thing, kind of showed out here. He just felt a bit more comfortable, and he kind of lent into the bars a bit more. And he didn't like the crowd were with him, but they didn't kind of overinflate him like Mr. Biscuit did. But yeah, I could totally agree. Like it's just him getting to work on a word like biscuit and just coming up with these lines is just
it was just crazy. I mean, it'll get darker than you. The navy blue. They brought me indigo. If you passed and cut, that's a give and go. Nah, better play. Stab biscuit. That's a pick and roll. What?
Yeah, peak and roll.
What?
Yeah, that is.
Are you what? What are you talking about, Griz? I know you in here, Griz. What up, bro? Griz. This battle was crazy, bro. I might have to send you the link.
Oh, is Griz in the chat?
Well.
Oh,
yeah, Griz in the chat too. Shout out to Griz.
Big fan, Griz.
That's crazy. That whole setup and that what you was talking about with comfort. Like, I don't think from watching Griz, I don't know if he gets that off that cleanly. You know what I'm saying? Way back when. You feel what I'm saying? Biscuit on his shirt like I ate it in the car. I ate mine in the car. Like
that was nice. That was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I shoot these and lean biscuit. They gluten free. Like it was a lot, bro. It was, you know what I mean? So those are probably the best type of bars that he had. And then I felt like, outside of the bars, the flips and all that, it was an attempt to show that I'm a veteran. You are an overgrown, for lack of a better term, you are a fifth-year senior. You're still here, right? Your career hasn't grown, right. And and I'm cooking it, and I'm doing you a favor by being here. That's how I felt Griz was projecting. You know what I mean? But you gave Griz his first round though, and I gotta know how, bro. I gotta be honest.
What was it? The soup kitchen line that you liked?
I just felt like it was
a good line.
I like Mr. Biscuit. I like the way that he raps. I like the way that he raps because, right, and maybe this is wrong because it's battle rap. In my head, I know that if I put a beat on, he can rap well, right? The other thing that he does well, he's very, very topical, right? And he gets through a lot of content, does have a lot of references. If you want to say some of them are empty references, I get that. But this is stuff that I hadn't really heard before, right? Like in high school, I was timid. And now I just wanted the drama over. Now I want to be forever young. I learned a lot from Hova. Knock him over, swing like a Chicago Cub. I learned a lot from Sosa. They find his face next to his calves. He learned a lot from Yoga. Like all that to me is dope. It's dope.
Sosa
but wait a minute. I see what you're doing. Because when he said the proofread 40%, that Spanish tequila pull up behind this Pinto like the Santa Maria in a gigantic expedition like Sacagawea. Like you feel like, okay, that's cool, but what is that? What does that mean? You're just dropping
like the structure, you're so on rails. Like, you know what the rhyme is at the end of the punch? You know, there's no kind of diversion there. Kind of like, I'm strapped in, I'm going up the roller coaster, and then I'm going over, you know? I talked about like Jay the Nightwing before, a little bit more unorthodox, a little bit harder to just kind of predict the, you know, I need like an M. Night Shyamalan bar writer, you know what I mean? I need a little twist at the end.
You felt like his stuff was, you felt like his work was front door, like what he was going to get when he gets that punch.
Like Fat Camp. The fact that he really, okay, so I know a lot of people wouldn't have watched this battle, but Mr. Biscuit delivers that bar and then like really laughs. like I've never really seen a battler laugh so much as their own bar. Like
yeah.
Like, in my head, I was like, damn, like that guy really loves his own work. Like,
no, he loves his own work. He does. I mean, but the fact that
but it's like you get rappers perish like Catholic Church. That's why none volunteer. And even then, Griz looks at him like, really? Like,
yeah. It does get a little bit. All right, let's not get crazy. But I understand what you're saying. But I felt like yo, my last op made them all rise like People's Court, right? Wouldn't touch a hollow shell at a beach resort. Wouldn't touch a hollow shell, right? He could have said beach ball, didn't say it. I chose hollow shell instead. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the soup kitchen line. Now I get why that would make, because that's what we call like a Rorschach test line. You know what I mean? Where the type of fan that you are, you either gonna love it or hate it, right? I'm first in line to soup kitchen. I'm gonna beat them to the white meat. There's a lot of people that are gonna hear that and say absolutely not. But there's a lot of people that are gonna hear that and love it. And I think that's good. A polarizing style is okay.
I like
you
that.
Know what I mean?
I like that line. And like beat them to the white meat. Isn't that such a like overplayed trope in battle rap though? You hear that?
It is, but I haven't heard anybody say the soup kitchen.
No, definitely.
Right.
I think the most original one that I've heard was on Don't Flop, where Yunnan was facing Dialect and beat him down to a white meat. So obviously, you know, Dialect's a black dude, and it's like he beat him down to the white meat. He looked like a pint of Guinness. So basically, just kind of, you can imagine the contrast of colors there. But yeah, that was a pretty incendiary one. But yeah, no, that didn't really hit for me. The soup kitchen one was strong, but a lot of it, I don't know. Griz kind of. He kind of proves a lot of what Griz said, I think, maybe. You know?
About his style being a little cookie cutter and stuff like that.
Slightly.
I don't know. I guess you know what, and I'll say my own bias too. I'm very into setups, right? Like I'm very into setups, how you rap before you get to that punch. And when he says that, they call me Jupiter for many moons. I've been the one giant sphere. Like I've been the one giant sphere. Like I just like what? Who sets up like that? Like who does that? You know what I'm saying?
That is wild, yeah.
You know what I mean? I be the one giant sphere. Like what? For many moons? What? Who does that? That's crazy to me. That's sophisticated. But you know, I get that. You know what I mean? So but even the non-volunteer line.
Who did you have the first round?
I felt like I might have had Biscuit.
Biscuit. Yeah, no.
I might have had Biscuit the first. See, the battle's tough because it's close. To me, it's close.
It is close. No, it is close. It is.
Wait, hold on. You have it clear though? Like, maybe I'm tripping. Come on now. Let me know. You had it clear for Griz in the first?
I still did. I laughed a bit more at his material. I just thought it was a little bit more incisive, even though it was just all Biscuit puns. And it's like, you know, it can be a little played out, of course, but it's just kind of the style of battle rap that I like. But I mean, Griz as well tries to get more wordplay off in the second. We get a Limp Biscuit kind of line there, but he doesn't.
I don't.
Yeah, you make any reference to like Fred Durst or any of the kind of nomenclature. And I wanted to ask Tony. I don't want to ask Tony.
Don't ever say nomenclature like that again, Tom. I swear to God.
You guys say Adidas.
Nomenclature.
So, you got nothing on us, like.
Yeah. Wait, but Griz had the Colorado joint, the little bit of wordplay.
Yeah,
Colorado hype this thing.
Yeah, that was nice.
Like I'm from Coliseum. I will yoke you up by your collar. I don't like this thing. Like Colorado, fire.
Yeah, what? The ladder climb it line reference was a little played for me. I don't know if that's little Richie. But yeah, like one of the things that I really appreciate as well was that there is gas inevitably, but Griz sort of says like, nah, like let people fucking get involved. Like,
let them do
outside. But the energy is fantastic. Like
right.
I really like that.
I always hated when, and this is no shot to Griz or anybody, but like, bro, unless you T-Rex, unless you Sue Surf, unless you Tay-Rock, you don't need to quiet nobody down when they cheering. Like, I always hated that. Why would this person be trying to quiet the crowd down? Let them go. Let them go. Especially if I'm having a barn burner matchup. Oh, no, this battle going to be 1 hour and 30 minutes long because they're going to know I went crazy. Let that happen. Let the crowd eat. But the bar of round 2, though, he going to keep I keep cutting, right? It's a drawn out scene. They like, Griz, you got to stop. But why? The biscuit ain't done. The blade didn't come out clean.
Yeah.
Filthy, nasty, dirty, disgusting work. Griz, you foul for that.
Great, probably the greatest biscuit flip we'll ever hear.
Yeah, seriously.
But I'll put a little caveat there because we just mentioned the idea of tropes and the idea of cutting down to the white meat.
Right.
Well, the blade clean idea is another one. And I know this guy is a little bit of a dirty name to say on Black Compass, so please forgive me for mentioning him. My Lord and Savior, Joe.
Yeah, Joe. Joe is your Lord and Savior. He is.
He's not my Lord and Savior.
Hold up. ISO, talk about Joe.
This is the one guy.
Joe's actually a really nice guy, too. And that, I feel the need to say that every time we talk about him because he's like actually a really, really nice guy. Like, no cap.
Everyone remembers, obviously, the only Joe battle that anyone really remembers is Holmesy the Guard, which is an amazing battle. But yeah, he basically just, he was cool. He basically just has the what does he say? The blade. What does it say? When in dirty and came out clean, rehabilitation is the bar that he has, and the way he delivers it and all that, and just really, really good. But just to say that, like, that bar's fire, of course, but the whole blade come out clean has kind of been touched. But Griz does get personal in the second,
very much so.
In particular, and my people tone leave biscuit undercooked, like when white people make them.
Yeah, and unseasoned. Yep. Biscuits undercooked.
We're biscuit champs.
Hey, talk that biscuit shit, Tom. What how the biscuits be, Tom?
Bourbons, jammy Dodgers, Jaffa cakes. Like, no.
Yeah.
What do you guys fucking have? Like little fucking Oreos, like triple stuffed. Yeah. Like, what's wrong with you guys? Like,
hey, Griz, Tom said, relax, bro. Relax. They biscuits done over there, bro.
No, but that is so funny, like, and those two lines just sort of close it out for me. And Biscuit in the second, there is still like there's lines where I'm like, this is just a fucking brilliant line. Like, he'll be in the air before the fall, like Christmas spirit.
Oh, like, my God! This gun will go off before you NG near it, like before. You know what I'm saying? What? Like the way he did that, like, why would you engineer it, right? Why you engineer it? This gun go off as soon as YUNG hear it. What the fuck?
Yeah, no,
I'm already. See, I'm a person that's in the building. I'm getting my bag now. I'm a person that's in the building. I get hyped. I'm already hyped. You gotta repeat the shit now. That was crazy. What are we doing? And then he says he may stumble back from a shot before you see or hear it. He'll be in the air before the fall like Christmas spirit.
That was absolutely ridiculous. That really
he can't be in this current tournament.
I regret saying that. I'm having to.
I'm about to say, come on, Tom.
But look, I'm saying the bar's good. I'm saying the bar's good. But yeah, no, I was just. I don't know. I was just in too much of a Biscuit name flip haze then, and I was just like, oh god. But no, that is great, and like there is lots of tasty lines every now and then, and like what I will say about Mr. Biscuit as well is there's a real kind of like you can tell that he's put a lot of time into it. He's very professional. There's a lot of positivity when he's rapping. He's really going in at his opponent as well. Lots of kind of sometimes some lines are a bit like make the speaker bleed like a lead guitar. I'm like, yeah, okay,
all right.
I probably would give the second to Griz. I don't know whether you stand on the second round.
See, it's the second round. The second round is a little again, that's another tough round. I'm probably edging that one to Griz if I had to. But again, I mean, you really messing me up, Tom. I'm gonna be honest, you messing me up. Because now that you've positioned it as Biscuit saying dope stuff, but what does it really mean, right? You take all the steam out of when to get my kids meal, I knew a wind up toying with small fries. That to me is crazy. You know what I mean? But now you put this in this perspective where I can't even enjoy. Not even Medusa can solidify the vision this fast.
Oh, that's crazy. That Medusa line was mad. But
I don't know if this style is conducive to winning battles in the future. Once we get used to your pen work, I don't know if that's going to necessarily win the battle. But again, he's saying something crazy. Like you took the dream too far. Jump into your subconscious and smack who you think you are. What?
Yeah, but haven't we heard a million variations on that bar? Like,
what
was the reason someone like slap the bitch back into you or something?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yo, no, it was Vixen. Vixen had the best one. She said,
right.
"I will smack the hoe out you and make her a better lady or something like that."
Yeah.
Like what?
Like
you know what I'm saying?
I love Vixen.
But okay, so I get where you're going. I leave young blood in the street like an awful parent. I'm not squaring. I'm not jumping the brooms too young, like a toxic marriage or something like that. Like whatever.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like to me, he's dope, but there is that little bit of a shock factor of, man, he's wilding. Ever seen a young grizzly at his funeral and his mama bearing it? Wildlife.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Wildlife is beautiful. Like what?
No,
I was impressed, man.
Grizz's third, right? This was so interesting because, and I believe him when he says this because it is quite an outlandish thing to say, but like I feel that he was just wanting to go in this direction. So he says at the start of his rounds, this is the top of the third.
Right.
I had this whole thing written about the crucible and stuff like that, and all that sort of idea. But he goes then into just a whole third about fucking a Biscuit shoes, like his boots.
Oh my god, the boot slips. The boot slips.
He smokes his boots by smoking his boots. Like fucking goes into it. Like,
hey Tom, what'd you say, Tom? Hold up, Tom. He smoked his what? What did he do?
He smoked his boots by smoking his boots. Like, it was pretty wild. What does he say? Like uphill battles, so he brought shoes he can hike in, and
what? He said, and you look crazy because you had the nerve to tuck in the sweats to show the top of the boots. I was in tears. What? He's like, you twist your ankle every time you try to stop in those boots. You got to jail for those boots, but they gonna let you out because like Bill Cosby, he ain't even laced them bitches.
That was why, and like, Biscuit had been sort of acknowledging that there was gas in the room, and he was sort of one of the purveyors of it and one of the benefactors of it. But
yeah, Biscuit.
Like
hold up, Tom. Why did Biscuit complain about gas after what? What was that about, Biscuit? Chill out, bro.
Yeah, that was a bit mad. But like for me, it's like, if you said to like a highly skilled battle rapper, just freestyle around about his boots, and they're like, yeah, you will do it, But that laced pun, like, lacing drugs, lacing the shit. I don't know. I think that was sort of an extra sort of, higher tier there. And I think,
that was different.
That was really different, and that was really seasoned. And Biscuit has a good third. And I don't want to like take away from all that he's done.
Nah, you ain't
had
about to do this,
round, but it was like, it was just in like it. I don't know. It just kind of swept me up, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I felt like Griz, and shout out to Griz in the chat too. Griz, salute to you, bro. We know you don't even forget, man. I seen you on Twitter killing us and all that, man. We ain't forget, you know what I mean? But no, one thing I appreciated with Griz, and I do appreciate this sometimes with battle rap. Listen, battle rap, sometimes you go right back to the lunchroom with them. Snap on their boots. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something I would do back in the day. Somebody try and get at me, they got stuff to say. Oh, nah, you wearing them crazy ass boots though. Oh, we're gonna talk about them boots, especially in the room. And I think that's a way to sort of you simplify the game a little bit, because at the end of the day, it's playing dozens effectively, poetry and prose and the elements of being an MC, right? But you start to target in on them boots like that, it makes it difficult. I think that if Griz goes last in this battle and we're left with the boots lines, it's way different. Because I feel like Biscuit left Earth in the third, Tom. His feet was off the ground. And the entrepreneur on my hip. This is a young risk taker. What? Like a bottle of Everclear when I bust this chamber 2 shots. He spill his guts like a lovesick stranger. Are you crazy?
The young Grizz taker was wild, actually. That line
crazy.
Was so original. That really was just like, that was like, because like Biscuit, you can flip to infinity, but young Grizz, that's kind of a hard one. Not saying young, But yeah, no, it was because of some sort of localized references that I can imagine, but didn't quite understand. Talking about the adverts with like the quilted toilet paper or whatever.
Oh, I liked it.
Like,
since you can't absorb the punch, I look stupid wiping the floor with you. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That was fire.
That was good. That was good.
I wake up like, he wake up like, what state I'm in. They say vegetative. They put him in a bag outside, like the yellow pages. Fire. It just works, bro.
Yeah.
The like, why you playing with me? You may be sick, but I'm way demented. Like, patience is key. What? What? Wait a minute. Come on, Tom. Don't do that, Tom.
No, what was it where he named young Griz as Michael? So when I lose Michael, the doctor will too. Like, that was great as well.
The Michael flip, very front door, but I'll take the last part of that bar. That was cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of overplayed, but
what? Attack me if you able. I'm mixing cabbage with a potato. No, I'm mashing potato with no butter. Wait, no, I'm bringing something nasty to the table. Crazy, original. Never heard that before. Absolutely fire. That to me, he was just on another, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got one good attribute, good riddance. Don't let the door hit you. Crazy, subtlety, fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like he brought something different in that third. But I get what Griz did. If I'm in that room, I'm probably leaving there like, nah, Griz got the third. Just because how it comes off. You feel what I'm saying? Like how it sort of really, you painting the contrast between you and your opponent. But I feel like lyrically, I'm watching it. I ain't in the room. This man went crazy in the third, bro. To me,
he did. And like, if you just count the amount of name flips that Griz kind of uses as a crutch ultimately, and Biscuit literally has 1 or 2 with young Griz taker, as we mentioned before, and it's absolutely incredible. So it is close. Another preference clash. I'm glad again we've got another debatable like we had with Danny and Jay, but
right. Right.
Just for me personally, like I probably just have young Griz taking it, but I was a little hard on Biscuit early on, and you know,
Yeah, you was you was a little tough on the
you
Biscuit.
know,
It was a hard biscuit.
I don't bow around podcast much anymore, so I'm just getting in the swing of things.
Right.
As it were. But no. This again, like I'm glad because we were just discussing beforehand what do we want to talk about, and like you just threw this battle up there, and like I'm really glad we watched it actually. I did get a lot out of this, and I think people should go back and check it out, and again go onto the app for it. But so are we at odds here then? Are you saying Mr. Biscuit won?
I got Biscuit with the edge. I got Biscuit winning. 2-1. 2-1. I got Biscuit winning. And I'm not mad at anybody saying Griz won the battle at all. And I got two things. Well, three things. First thing is this. Cammy, shout out man Cam. You know what I'm saying? Cam is doing his goddamn thing right now. Subscribe to Cam.
Yeah.
Great takes, great energy, and all that, man. Shout out to the whole UK. He says, salute to the bros. Maybe I'll take French on the original BRIQz one day. UK battles to break down Sensor versus Shock, Soul versus Raptor, Moke versus Roots. That's a fact. All right, bro. We take your advice, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, if you guys have classic, sleeper, or current battles that you guys want us to break down and stuff like that, we'll definitely do that as well.
Yeah, please.
So okay. Two things. Number one, how long does a Crucible have to go before we give it an adequate grade? Because based on what I've seen come out of the Crucible, P looks like a genius right now. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, they're not the people that are coming out of the Crucible process are dope across the board. I haven't seen too many where it's like, oh nah, how did he even get out here? Type of thing. So how long do you give it, Tom, before you give a fair assessment on what the Crucible process has been like? Like, do you wait until after Ultimate, or like what do we have to see?
I mean, look, as the Smith said, these things take time, right? So it's kind of it is a bit of a an ongoing process. Can we see an Ultimate Madness just from Crucible people? Is that possible in the future?
I think that we are probably about a year away from basically Gnome or Summer Madness being all new guys. I could see, because in my head, Real Sick versus Easy to Block Captain headlines Gnome or Summer Madness next year, right? In my head. Based on their current trajectories, those guys will both be top tier and due for a clash.
They deserve it. And I'm not saying they do not deserve it. They're both incredible. But, like, is that a ticket seller? Does it matter? Even?
Based on the trajectory of their careers, yes, it is. Yes. Meaning Easy to Block Captain has battled, and I'll put arguably in front of it for argument's sake, dissect that if you will. But he beat Danny Myers, Cortez, T-Top, and Rex, right?
Yeah.
And then you got Sick on the other side, who beat Danny Myers, Mike P, B Magic, and Suge, right? Both of them, given their current trajectory, are primed to headline a Gnome or Summer Madness next year. So by saying that, I mean, that's just saying that under that card, you could also have newer guys as well. I think we're probably a year away from mostly newer guys being headlined on that stage, or you're matching new guys with legends and veterans. Like they're moving through the process very quickly as a team, as a group. Fonz, Easy, Sick, Kid Chaos, they're moving through very quickly, bro. Lou Castro, they're leveling up quicker than we've seen. Jay the Nightwing. So I think we're about a year away, bro. You know what I mean? So this new URL is moving quicker than it has before. Is my main thing. You know what I mean?
And what would you delineate it as? Are they like the app class? Like, as in, kind of when you say new people, like what's the marker in the sand?
Yeah, I think the app class. Some people dub them the COVID babies. I prefer pandemic era, but anything that's coming out of that. And by the way, don't let people. I said that first. Shout out to Chilla Jones. He knows, but I'm just saying whatever. But Yeah, no, I think that class was greatly helped by not having to do the stages or as many of the stages, so they were able to just kind of hone their craft. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like any other class could have done that. I don't believe that to be true. I don't think any class, if they would have had quarantine, that everyone would have ascended like this. I'm not going to take that away from them. Literally, you have five or six guys who you can put in permanent rotation in mid to top tier levels, headline some Born Legacy cards, right? Like you got that influx, that shot of insulin that you needed. So that's what I think. But I could be overstating it though, because we haven't got outside yet though, Tom. You don't seem overly sold with a lot of these guys yet.
No, I am. I'm just kind of thinking fiscally. Like I'm just thinking like realistically, like if a Summer Madness 2 type event or a Summer Madness type event has Easy and Real Sick as the headliner, as opposed to like a Sousa versus who, you know what I mean? Like even a rookie versus vets type matchup. Like I think that if the transition happens and it sells out, because I know they both have giant fan bases anyway, like I wouldn't be surprised. I hope it happens, is what I'm saying.
Right.
But
right.
I just find it interesting. It's kind of, that would be a real kind of temperature check, you know what I mean? That would be a real shift, because even like I'm just relating it to domestically now, like you know when Don't Flop has the headliner, they still need to have the kind of, you know, the bigger names, but albeit we don't have a streaming service that Drake owns, so it's kind of, we haven't got millions of eyes on it. But we're gonna get there. So with the final battle, as we said at the start of the episode, we are going to do a classic battle from you know, across the world. And today we're doing Chilla versus JC. Was a huge battle for me when I got into battle. Now, Tone, I personally think it is. Do you think this is the greatest battle of all time still?
I think no, I don't. I have the greatest battle all time to me is Hollow versus Lux.
Yeah.
And then second to that is going to be Verb and Hitman. And then, you know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of partial that way. Like I'm a person that believes that Clips vs. Rock Part 2 is in my top 5 personally all time. Yeah. And this battle is right in there, right? And for
mix, right, it's kind of it's
and then if I could category things, right? The best big stage battle all time to me is Hollow Lux, right? The best small stage, small room battle all time is that battle, right? Like Chilla JC, for a lot of reasons. That was you know, if I can outline them quickly, new standard for scheming, for punches, what was expected round to round. And if you notice, the thing about this battle that is interesting is the amount of pressure that JC applies every single round for Chilla, right? And every time he either meets or surpasses that energy. I feel like this battle spurred a lot of people who are writers to really get in there and be confident. Both Chilla and JC had a type of confidence, an arrogance about their work that sort of catapulted it to this new level. Like, yo, this is hot. I don't care. It's going to take you, Chilla Jones rapping this, like, it's going to take them a couple seconds to process this, but that's okay. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? And there's this confidence that I felt like JC had, that, and even JC now, you watch JC then, right? Because we just watched this battle. You get to appreciate now what JC does, right? But for me, I'm a person that misses the arms behind the back JC. You know, you just lost round 1 JC, like very, very different style, super rapid fire. You know what I mean? And then the other thing too, for this battle, for me, again, this is another situation where me being biased to New York and things like that is like, look, there's one guy from Pontiac, this other dude's from Boston. They are crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who's seeing this right now? You know what I mean? What was your sort of your main, like, overall kind of takeaways from the battle in that vein of just like stylistically how it sort of shifted things?
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? Because JC clowns Chilla for, you know, only having slow it downs, and you know he's slow enough, but JC slowed down and
so
Chilla
much
speeded up. Like, you know, it's kind of weird how they've gone down those avenues. But yeah, this battle was so important to me. Like, I remember being into battle rap for about 6 months, a year or so, and Googling, literally Googling best battles of the year and whatever. And seeing Chilla JC up there, didn't know who Chilla was, didn't know who JC was, put it on. And it was, you know, that like cliched shot in movies where like everything goes slow and the camera like zooms in on like someone's face or something. It was like this like defining, like, it was like
you had that like epiphany, like
I was like St. Peter at Damascus or something, whatever it is. I was like, fucking hell! I was like, God, this like Caribbean. I remember that was the first line, and I was just like, and I didn't even know what a scheme was, but I was like, oh my God, he's punning a subject, and it's like, the dramatic tension there when he always goes different. It's like, and the battle was very educational as well for me, because it was like, I understood a lot of the wordplay, but a lot of the wordplay I didn't. So I kind of wanted to know what the references were to like Sunfire or Know You're Playing Jerome, the Martin bar and stuff like that. And but I've watched this battle so many times, you know, and it's only a 27-minute battle, and that's with the kind of long intro and whatever and the interruptions. At Black Star, Mook there showing off the straight stunting magazine. And,
J.R. Ryder in the back, Poison Pen.
And Mickey and Poison Pen. John doesn't have any tattoos yet. Like, you know,
John has no tattoos. He has no beard, right? And it's just like, okay. Poison Pen literally looks the same after about
pretty
like
much.
10 years,
Jazz
right?
There, pretty much the same,
like
you know,
like it's just kind of crazy. But yeah, I think from the gate, man, I feel like this is the first time I heard some of these pockets, right? Like, see you the type we could tell front. I got hell coming. This training day. I see or smell something. We clapping birds like Denzel coming. Crazy. 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 And it's just and you could tell the other thing they did, right? And because this is the pre-reaction era and everything, none of this is written for reaction, right? None of it is written for reaction, right? Like I said, now wait, we all heard City say that, right? The Chinchilla soft. You know what I'm saying? I said it because Chinchilla soft, and I said it because Chinchilla's, you know what I mean? Like, the Chin on Chilla soft, like dope, like the way he was flipping back and forth. I hadn't really heard too many people rhyming like that. You know what I'm saying? It was ill, man. I was always partial to JC in the battle, for me. But arguably, Chilla's second round in the battle is probably round of the battle, bro. Round of the battle.
Yeah.
Because remember he starts off, right? Like he's like, you know, this is what you gonna do, all that clowning Chilla. Well, you know, I could do what you could do, but I ain't got no room in my rounds for filler.
Yeah, crazy. So direct. So direct. Brilliant.
That's still, to this day, that's probably Chilla's best rebuttal he's ever done. Ever.
Yeah. Like, but he could have said that to anyone. He wasn't kind of targeting an exact line, was he? So maybe a little bit of a pre-written there.
Yeah, some counter-writing.
You know, I agree that his second's crazy. His second is absolutely outlandish. And like, it's crazy to see as well that JC schemes a little bit throughout the battle as well. He does a Demi Moore scheme, which always baffled me. JC does a fucking scheme about Demi Moore. Like,
oh my God. What?
And the punchline is get disclosure ghost, and it's like that doesn't even really fly. Like, honestly, I always like shout out to my friend Danny. I know I'll watch this. Me and him were like crazy about Chilla when we first got into battle rap, like in our late teens or whatever. We just watched everything. But I remember both of us being so depressed when the DNA battle dropped. And Chilla just got bodied.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That was the end of like classic Chilla, which Chilla's obviously still in this archetype at the moment as we're discussing it. But for me, Tone, you mentioned Chilla's second, sorry, which is unbelievable, but it is the third, or most specifically for me, the first half of Chilla's third. The whole JC, Jordan's clean, taking shots at Jose Cuervo, and then the pièce de resistance, the blade in his back now, he Julius Caesar. Like,
man. Yeah. We did a lot of.
We talked about Jay the Nightwing before. The way Chilla follows this thread through is just coup de grace is just wonderful.
I mean, listen, man. Like the third round from Chilla Jones is impressive because after JC goes crazy, right? And the time MySpace swag having ass nigga, we cannot be
Right?
friends.
Yeah.
And looks in the camera, which was such a moment, right? When he looks in the camera, like, yo, I feel like I never lost, right? Like, but unless it's a clear 3-0 body bag, nobody actually win. The way he was doing that was dope, man.
Yeah.
Like, delete his number, like, you know what I'm saying? Pointing at him and stuff. And Chilla, with the confidence of an all-time elite MC, looks into the camera and starts the first round. The total be 2 Ks. We handle Maxwell and clap heat. So when C era round, what I'm aiming, leave your baby face on a black street. Just let that breathe. I'm gonna erase all of that right now, right? Because it's so on another level. And the confidence that Chilla had when he said that after JC just went crazy like that, I like that's something right there. I feel like a lot of people should study, a lot of battlers should study, is being able to handle that type of pressure, bro. And just right there. Because if he's not confident when he does that bar, it's out of here. It's out of here. Because this is after you ain't made money, it made you. To get ahead, that's why you flip and tell. That's what change do.
Another scheme. Yeah, remarkable. And it's like, just think of all the things. Because it's like scheming so played out. And like in 2021, it's just like the battle raps are so much faster now. You know, there's kind of mini schemes that build to bars. There's not kind of like, people don't set out their market stall and be like, okay, here's 30 seconds of car puns. But it's give Chilla the Motor City, the decal, exhausted and tired. That's great. But Chilla, like, he took schemes to a new direction for me, where it wasn't just about here's a movie or here's countries or something. Remember that scheme he does in the first round about just dirt and like get your stuff and for a stack dirty, what a mill do, and it's just like for this guy. Just like it always excites me when I watch it, just to think that he really felt that this would be a great attack, and it was like, you know, and he has stuff about Uncle Phil and whatever, but it's like, you know, Jazz getting thrown out the window and front door and whatever. But it's just kind of like, I don't know, throughout, I'm just kind of marveling at Chilla and where he goes. But JC's incredible as well. And there's a reason why this is, in my opinion, the best battle of all time. It's because it's 3 perfect rounds. It's 3 rounds that not only answer to each other, but also do their own thing in an exhibition way. But just the quality of writing throughout is astounding. And Tone, we're almost at the 10-year anniversary of this battle, and it
crazy.
It hasn't aged a syllable. It literally, there's nothing dated about it at all. Like,
it has
this
not.
Is when President Obama just won his 2nd term, and this battle came out, like, or just before. Yeah, crazy.
Right. And I think you know, even it's real because the lines, right? I'm trying to get his whole strip wet. He cruising to the shipwreck. Hit me. Who you gonna hit next? Stump him. Believe him. 2 choices. Timberland or Nike. Face the tree or get chin check. That would hit right now.
Yeah.
Right now that would hit. Like, come on, B. Come on, man. It's just a different type of time. But I would say my main takeaways, because the battle is absolutely legendary, but it helped usher in a new group of writers, right? There's a lot of people whose first experience with battle rap was Loaded Lux in the clothing store, right? Now that's mine. You know what I mean? But for a lot of other people, it's your Av Rum Nitty. If you're a newer fan, right? If you're a couple years, you came in a couple years or some years before that, then you might have had another battle that may have cemented it. Maybe it was Hollow and Lux. But this is one of those battles, right? X Factor Surf. This is one of those battles that gets people into battle rap. That's the contribution. And not too many people have a battle that you could show to people that will make them a fan of battle rap. It's not many. Not many people have that type of battle where like, yo, here's Math Verb. And they watch it, boom, I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like here's Iron Rum Nitty. What, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're a fan now. Like, you don't have too many of those battles for too many MCs. You know what I'm saying? So this is up there, bro. Very, very much up there.
Yeah. No, it is. It's just you know, I think for a lot of people like myself, a similar analog of battle would be 100 Bullets versus Bamalam. 100 Bullets first came over to Don't Flop at 4th birthday, and I know a lot of people will be like 100 Bullets, but it's
100 Bullets, man.
kind of like, you know, that like with Chilla, like, there's a classic era of bullets that I was just besotted with for such a long time. You know, that kind of like overt wordplay. And
he sent JC to the moon. We never gonna forget that.
But you know what's ironic? When Chilla and Bullets battled, awful. Like, it was a really like weird Blackout 5, Drake's Blackout, legendary event, but just kind of like so many good battles there. But that certainly wasn't one of them. But
it didn't stick out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when we get into these classic battles, obviously it's going to be a bit more just our recollections and stuff. A lot of people will know these battles anyway, so we don't necessarily need to go through all the bars and stuff like that. But this was just one. You know, like, I'm sure you have the same thing, but just a battle you've watched so many times.
Yeah.
You know, it's just got a really like, it's like when you're watching your favorite episode of a TV show. It's just got this comfortable feel. That but still, I was really happy to discover when I was rewatching this for the episode that it's just, like I said, it could have come out yesterday. Like, these bars would win Ultimate Madness 4. Like, you know, no question.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So I think that you know, the overarching kind of legacy of the battle, like, even when you go back and watch it, there's a point in there, I think, where JC is saying some bar and he hits John in the chest, and John like lunges over like, oh, like that actually hurt. There's no subtleties in the battle. Like, my favorite battles, maybe there was like somebody who says something or made a face that I even noticed. You know what I mean? You start to notice these like,
god, like,
you know what I'm saying?
The ad-libs of this battle are burned in my mind, like,
hilarious.
You know, when one of the lines drops, I think it's the Boston Celtics line, and the guy's like, just let it sizzle for a bit, like,
let it sizzle a bit. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right? Like, that stings.
And like someone shouts out, like, I think it's in the second round when everyone's like, holy fuck, this battle's incredible. Someone's like, this coming out tomorrow. Like,
yeah.
But Tone,
there's when JC says face the tree or get chin checked, there's like the guy in the camera, but you hear this like high pitched woo, but they show the dude that's doing it, and he's like a big dude with this high pitched woo. I thought that was so funny, but everyone's reaction just like in pain. If I could have screenshot that and just put that up. Like, that's the reaction. That's battle rap going on. Everyone just looks disgusted or like lunched over. People hugging themselves. Like,
you know
what I'm saying?
Just to finish this off, though, I discovered the battle after the fact, but I know for a fact that you have been a battle rap fan for a long time. You were obviously watching URL at this time on YouTube. Do you remember this battle coming out? Do you remember like the initial reaction to it? Was there? Like,
I do. I absolutely do remember the reaction to it. I remember immediately people in the backpack circles like, yo, this battle is insane. And I remember saying to myself, well, JC is one of the guys, and I saw what Chilla was able to do with City, and then it's like, nah, I gotta watch this. And then I remember being like, you know what, people might not appreciate it because that was in the backdrop of Summer Madness and everything. It was like people aren't going to appreciate this for a while. And then eventually it kind of became, it was weird. Like, it took on this grassroots word of mouth type of thing where like, yo, you seen Chilla Jones versus JC? It became that battle. But then it started to kind of ascend to, you know how like, and this is funny, you know how some like backpacker kind of fans sort of, you know, they size each other up like, yo, what do you listen to? Oh, MF Doom, MF Food. I got that on vinyl. Like, you know what I mean? And they start kind of measuring each other out and all that, like measuring their knowledge of, you know, of just hip hop. When they get to the battle rap segment, it's like, who won, Chilla Jones versus JC? That it became that battle, like the litmus test to see who's really in the bars. And who's
like, Toad, is it still not? Like, I think if like a classic battle comes out and someone says this is the best battle of all time, people will normally say, is it better than Chilla versus JC? Like, that is true. People say, like,
yeah, for a barn burner, right? Yeah, for a barn burner type of matchup, bar for bar, it does go and get compared, right? Steams and Brooklyn Carter got compared to JC Rum Nitty. Av and not JC
Iron Solomon versus Nitty, I think, is close.
Iron versus Nitty, that gets compared as well. It is a litmus test. It is
a wall bound.
And you could arguably say that Av and Nitty and Av and Solomon and
they're all
Iron
kind of
are
like,
probably
it's
better.
all a preference, but it's like, what's good is it's not like, you know, certain people have been like, oh, it's not, you know, that was 2012 kind of thing. It's like, no, this is still the yardstick. Like, this is still that. just, you know, and Chilla and JC, think about all the people they battled since. Like they battled pretty much everyone. Like, you know, JC was on that Lux kind of hype, and Chilla's fucking champion of the year, but still, it's both of their best battles. Like, it's kind of, I can't think of anyone that they had a better battle against. Like,
yeah, kind of crazy to think about.
I mean, I'm sure there is. Comment down below. Like, that's not like JC's been in so many good battles. Like, you know, JC versus Craig Lamar I watched recently. That's so
JC versus Craig. JC, some of JC's best work is on RBE, hands down. Yeah. JC versus Big Cannon.
Oh, JC versus Ilmac. That's
JC really versus Ilmac. What?
Yeah.
JC versus Boom.
Yeah, no, like that Ilmac battle, by the way, Ilmac is one of the best flips I've ever heard. When JC basically calls Ilmac a gargoyle, and Ilmac's like, yeah, I am a gargoyle. I'm a beast that's set in stone. And I was like, oh my God.
Crazy. I remember being there for that battle. And before everyone, you know, because, you know, fans in line were all like, yo, who you want to see battle and shit like that. And one guy goes, man, JC's about to kill Ilmac. And all the people in line are like, no. We not doing that.
Yeah, no.
And I remember that same dude, man. Because, you know, this is a club drum day, so it's more of an intimate setting and shit.
Yeah.
And I remember that same dude, as the battle was going on, was like, he looked over at me and he's like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, see? Didn't I tell you? I just kept pointing at him.
Ilmac never came back. Ilmac never returned to RB.
He came through to handle some business and left. I respect it. But
definitely.
But shout out to the people, man. All the people that's gonna see this and everything like that, man. Hope y'all enjoyed this first episode. First one in the books, Tom. First one.
I'm happy we got it down, man. Like, you know, this is a great format. And I want to urge people as well. Let us know in the comments what we should be watching. Like, you know, hit us up, because like we can discuss anything really, and it is really, really fun to go through. And you know, let us know in the chat what you think as well. And
absolutely.
I don't know, you know, hit us up about our resume. I don't really do too many episodes over there. I'm kind of in a little bit of a retirement for that, but I still love coming on to like Black Compass and stuff like that. And you know, you guys have a bigger audience than me anyway, so it's like
whatever, Tom. We're not trying to hear that. That's because you was like, fuck it. I know I'm good, but whatever. Like, Tom, you one of the guys, bro. You one of the guys.
No, I appreciate. Don't. You know, you too. But yeah, guys, like this has been fun, and we'll be back we're gonna do it maybe monthly, aren't we? Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, or you know, we'll see what people want. You want every 2 weeks or every month? But you guys, I want y'all to pick the battles and stuff like that we go over and things. Tell us about stuff, man. Hit us up and all of that as well. Share the content. We're gonna make sure this goes out to all the rappers. The two battles that we had that we talked about, right? Our sleeper pick with Young Griz and Mr. Biscuit, that is on the app, as well as Jada Nightwing and Danny Myers. So make sure you check that out. Chilla Jones and JC is still on YouTube, so check that out as well. And you know, other announcements and things like that this weekend. In fact, tomorrow I will be on deck for judging Ultimate Madness 4. Right, 25,000 on the line. We at the next stage. Shout out to all the battlers that's in there still and things like that. Tom, you tuning in, Tom?
I'll be there. Tone, like I'm locked in, like definitely. Okay. And you know, this is your fourth time, right?
Yeah, this is the fourth time, man.
That's crazy. I didn't even realize. I just see you as Tone Bro, but I'm like sharing the platform with like the fourth time judge out here, like, you know, man, you've been killing it, and it's just been like, obviously I've known how great of a analyst you are, but like just seeing everyone react the same way has been awesome. And I guess you know, the final one for me is check out the Premier Battles and No Loose Chat VOD that I mentioned at the start of the episode as well. They're out there. Support the UK scene. Don't Flop as well has got an event coming up, and I'm sure they'll do VOD at Fiddlers as well. Let us know what battles want to discuss. Maybe I'll slip in a little UK one.
Yeah, but it's a UK shit. Yeah, that's a fact. Maybe we could do Shouty Horror Arsenal for our next class.
Oh, for the classic slot. That's
one of those. That's a fact.
That battle.
Yeah.
Love that battle, legendary battle. So
legendary. That's a fact.
Thank you, bro. This has been fantastic as ever.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And I just want to say, man, on behalf of myself and Tom, US, UK. Shout out to Rochester too. You see where I'm at. 585, stand up. On behalf of the whole team, the whole society, man, UK and US, Battle Rap Resume and Black Compass Media. Salute to all of y'all. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Wash your ass. Hug your kids. And we'll see y'all next time, man. BRIQz.